Hello fabulous ones, welcome back to my channel. I am Marlo Keenan, and if you're new here, welcome to the fabulous family. Today I come to you with another foundation review. That was not planned, okay? So I am reviewing today the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. So if you want to see how this performs, wears, all that good jazz from the beginning to the end, continue to watch and don't forget to subscribe. Okay guys, let's jump right into it. Let's first talk about the packaging. It is a glass bottle. This foundation retails at $12. It has a white cap and hallelujah, it has a pump. Drugstore foundation with a pump we always love. So let's read the claims to it. It says here, saturated color pigments provide an ultra transforming effect in this long-lasting foundation. Lightweight yet high-impact coverage formula glides onto the skin for flawless makeup finish that lasts all day. Oil-free, does not clog pores, dermatologist tested. So it's not really a very good description, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess, you know, I found that other drugstore foundations have better descriptions than that, but anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is, it's supposed to be a matte foundation that lasts 24 hours. First of all, I ain't wearing no makeup for 24 hours, so we won't be testing that claim, but we will be testing how it wears throughout the day. And it is now 9:34, so let's start with application. Now I prepped and moisturized my skin like it's nobody's business, okay, because this is a matte foundation. I am not going to use a primer like I did on my previous foundation, Dior foundation. I will link that above so you guys can check that out. I'm just gonna, you know, do it by itself. I got the shade Golden. Now I could have went up and probably got Honey. Those two probably could have worked, but you know, it's so hard to see the foundation colors, you know, in the drugstore. You can't really test them. Well, you know, I be opening and testing them sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, but you know, they do have 16 shades, and I think it's a really good distribution between light going to the deepest of deep. I still believe that they could have some in between colors, but you know, that's neither here or there. So let's get to dyeing. Okay, so unlike my last review, this foundation is probably going to either be a pretty decent match for my, you know, non-tan skin, or it's going to be a little bit too light. In that case, it doesn't matter. I know how to fix it. So of course, you guys know I'm going to do one side with a beauty sponge and the other side with my Real Techniques brush. So let's get to dotting. Okay, so right off the bat with the beauty sponge, it did blend in okay. I have other foundations that blend in better. I would say it's definitely a medium coverage to full coverage. You could definitely see my freckles right there. I can build it up, but I don't want to, because this foundation, it does match me, but it's way too yellow. Even though I have yellow undertones, I do like, you know, foundations that with a yellow or golden undertone, but this I feel like is a little bit too yellow. I'm gonna have to bronze up my face like it's nobody's business. So other than that though, it's, you know, it's okay. So let's go ahead and try to go ahead and blend it with my Real Techniques. Okay, so I did like the way it blended out with the brush. I feel like the brush and the beauty sponge basically blended it out the same way. There's no more coverage with either one, so it's basically the same. Again, it's medium coverage. It is definitely matte. It's still drying, but it's definitely matte. If you guys do see a little bit of, you know, doing this, I totally attribute that to the moisturizer and the oil I had on my skin before I even put this foundation. I believe if I put this foundation on without having to moisturize my skin the way I did, I would be having different results. But so far, so good. Okay, it's better than my, you know, than my last review on that Dior, for, you know what I mean. So far, I'm not going to complain yet. It is not clinging to my dry patches, because my forehead around here is just off the chain. So right now it's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup. I'm not going to come back until the end of the day, and we'll just see what happens. So stay tuned. I will be right back in a few hours. Okay guys, I am back. I have been out and about, blah blah blah. It is now 3:04, so I've had this foundation on now for about 6 hours, and I don't need any more time to let you know how I feel about it. So let's do this. Right now, in terms of the application and stuff, I felt that it was fine. It blended out fine with the beauty sponge and the brush equally, so I have really no complaints about that. It's definitely just a medium coverage. My freckles, you know, they're poking out and all that jazz. I didn't do a second application or anything like that because I just didn't want to have too much of the foundation on. Right now I feel that the foundation is basically sitting on my skin. It looks like I have foundation. Now again, this is a matte foundation. I have dry skin, but that doesn't mean that matte foundation does not work on me, because the Urban Decay All Nighter is a matte foundation and it looks fabulous on me. The NARS, fabulous on me. For some reason, this foundation, it just seems like it's sitting on my skin. And this is, you know, a lot of people like it, but I think maybe probably more for oily people, because this is just not working for me. It emphasizes my texture on the sides. Now, this morning I had moisturized my face, I had oil on my face. I let it sink in because that's what I do when I'm wearing a matte foundation, because I have dry skin. The only places that it kind of look luminous a little bit, or dewy if you will, is just up here, around here, and around my nose, but that's because that's only where I put that oil at. I didn't like pull the oil or spread it all over my face rather, okay? So on this side of the skin, it, you know, you could tell this is a really matte foundation, but it's sitting on top of my skin. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but it's just sitting on my skin. You can see the texture right here. It looks like I have foundation on, and I don't like to look like I have foundation on. Even though we all know we got it on, I like it to be a little bit more seamless than what it is right now. So the finish is definitely, again, matte. It's wearing, you know, I don't feel it's not moving or anything like that. Obviously around my nose and just around here, I'm just a little bit more dewier, only because, you know, throughout the day, that's just my natural oils coming through, and I did not set this foundation. All I did was bronze the perimeter of my skin. I didn't even put on concealer today. I literally just have this on, and I have bronzed up the perimeter of my face. So in my opinion, it's only a $12 foundation, so I don't consider it a total loss, but for me, it's not gonna work for me. I don't want to say that I wouldn't recommend it to you or not, because it's only a $12 foundation, and it may work perfectly on you. Again, different skin types, it just is what it is. I also want to mention that, like I said before, it does come in 16 shades, but I got the one golden, and then there's honey, but there should definitely be a little bit more shades between golden and honey, because this one, you know, I feel is just a little bit too yellow, but that's okay. I made it work. But, you know, I just feel like all foundation brands, you know, high-end and drugstore, should do a little bit better once they get to the darker shades, to make sure that they're, you know, yes, yellow tones thrown in between and the golden tones, because it's just too much of a jump from golden to honey. And I'm finding that with a lot of foundations. You guys know the drill. So yeah, but this is a fail for me. So I am a little bit disappointed, because this is the second foundation that I reviewed back to back, and I'm not happy with it. So it is what it is. Hopefully the third one will be a charm. So I have that coming for you shortly. It will be the Bobbi Brown foundation. If you like this review, if you were, you know, if you found it informative, gave you a little bit more insight on the foundation in order for you to make a better decision, then give me that thumbs up, okay? All right, that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye now.